Good morning and welcome to the market call for today, the 6th of March 2026. We're excited to have each and every one of you here on the market call. This market call is brought to you by the Value Flow Trading team. And here we're going to be discussing what the various Forex currency pairs have been doing all through the week. So we're giving you a quick weekly recap on the Forex market. We're going to be looking at currency pairs from gold. We're going to be looking at GBP, JPY, Euro, JPY, looking at the USD in terms of the Euro USD and GBP USD. We're also going to be looking at synthetic indices and US stock indices as well. And then we're going to be wrapping it up with commodity currency pairs like the AUD USD and NZD USD to conclude the trading week's analysis. Okay, so this is the market color once again. My name is CJ and I'm going to be taking you through the first part of today's market color. We hope you're having a wonderful week as we proceed into breaking down all that has happened from the US wars with Iran, Israel's involvement, how it affects global economy and how we can take advantage of it as traders. This is the market color. Welcome once again. So we're going to be heading straight into the chart as we commence our analysis, looking at gold against the dollar. Now, gold against the dollar on the daily time frame has already hit a support, as we explained a couple of days ago, and this happened on Tuesday, where price traded quickly into this order block right here, and then rejected off from it, immediately tapped into it. So for gold today, we are expecting some other moves to the upside. We want to see how gold is going to give us a good move to the upside from here. And one of the places we're expecting is right here. If you go to the 4-hour time frame, we would see how that is playing out. But here on the daily time frame, what we expect to see gold do today is to give us a quick sell from here all the way to the upside here. So we're expecting gold to give us a sell that has already played out. So the sell has already played out all the way to here. And then right now we're expecting it to trade back to this region above here. So for gold, personally, I'm just trading it inside of this range, okay? Now, if you go to the 4-hour time frame, you'll see that there is some levels around here. The 4-hour order block here. Okay, this is one of the regions I want to see gold retrace to. Now, considering the fact that gold is one of the most expensive commodities being traded right now, the range from here to this level here is going to be quite a lot. So if you're able to catch the trade, you're going to make a lot of money from it. So for gold this morning, we're looking to see if it is going to continue its buy all the way to this region. If it doesn't, then now we're going to be looking at the sell from here, because the reason why we're anticipating a sell from a buy to this region is because we want to see a sell from here to the downside. So we're looking at gold buying all the way here and then selling to the downside, or it's going to just sell from this particular place, because you can see that the other fair value gap right here has already been filled. So price may possibly not bother trading all the way to this region here and just sell off to the downside afterwards. You can look at what's happening on the 1-hour time frame to give us a clearer context. Now, if you look at the 1-hour time frame, you see that market has already shifted structure. Price is traded into the fair value gap. Right now, we might be seeing a sell. So the two places we're expecting the sell from, which is right here, the 4-hour fair value gap and the 4-hour order block, price is trading off this particular place. So we might as well just join the buy and then join the sell rather, and then continue selling it all the way to the downside. Okay, so let's look at the 15 minutes. Yeah, on the 15 minutes time frame, you can see that price is already trading to the downside. It's also traded into the 15 minutes fair value gap right here. And since then, we've seen how price has been rejecting to the downside. So at this point, I'll be looking for a sell entry on gold. All I want to see is a variation pattern or a bearish engulfing pattern. Once I see that, I'll be taking my sell on gold. So for today, the outlook on gold is bearish, and we're looking to take sells on gold all the way to the downside. Okay, so let's move over to the yen basket, starting off on the daily time frame. Looking at the yen basket on the daily time frame, the yen basket is finding some support here on the daily order block, and we're expecting to see it push back to the upside afterwards. Okay, it has been stuck within this range, Now it is at the lower part of the range, at the discount region. We're expecting it to push back to the upside or breaking all the way to the previous resistance that resides around here. So for the yen basket, I'm expecting a bullish run. Now, if you take a look at GBP USD, you see that GBP USD has already given us a setup for a bearish run after our previous analysis right here, where we said we wanted to see price trade into this region here and then sell off, and we saw that play out a little bit. Right now, GBP USD is stuck, and we're expecting to see where it is possibly going to break out from. You can see the range I was speaking about earlier. Price has been stuck within this range. I want to see a quick breakout of this range to the downside. All right, so I'll just keep watching. I want to see maybe price coming to take out these previous liquidity regions here and then a sell-off. If not, if I begin to see strong momentum signal to the downside, we might start looking out for a sell. Now, one other place I want to see price take is this level right here. So on the 15 minutes time frame, you can see how price has already taken out all these highs. So on GBP JPY generally, I'm expecting a sell-off, okay? And anywhere from where price currently is, I'll look for a sell setup. So you know our sell in entry patterns, we are already looking out for it. Once you see it playing out, we're going to take our sales. One of the places I would want to sell GBP JPY from is right here. Okay, so seeing that price has already started breaking to the downside, any quick retracement would give me a sell entry signal for GBP JPY. All right, so this is my setup for GBP JPY. And quickly for Euro JPY, I'm expecting pretty much the same thing. If you look at it on the daily time frame, you see that the retracement was quite enough, and we've been selling Euro JPY rather since it traded into our point of interest right here. Okay, so we've not been so lucky all the time, but we've gotten some good trades off this. So on GBP Euro JPY rather, we're looking to sell it continuously from here all the way to the downside. Right now, we're waiting for a reversal signal to just show up, and then we'll be selling off Euro JPY. So we'll keep watching to see how it plays out. Another place we'll be looking for a sell should price violate this and trade a little above would be this region right here. So if price doesn't continue selling from here, then we know that it's going to be heading here for a sell. But overall, Euro JPY, I'm bearish and I'm looking for more and more sells on Euro JPY. Okay, so these are the things that I'm looking out for and where I'm looking to enter trades that I've analyzed so far. All right, so we're going to be proceeding as we look out for Euro USD and GBP USD. Let's see what they have to show us for today. And Cynthia is going to be telling us what her view is on Euro USD, GBP USD, and the dollar index.
Good morning, profitable traders. Welcome to the second segment of today's market color session. I'm hoping I can be heard. Right, so this is just going to be a recap of everything that was analyzed during the Monday market outlook. Give me a moment while I pull up my chart. So starting off with the weekly time frame, we'll be looking at this price point 107.490 because of course there's the classic box pattern right there that we want to see price selling off from. Shoulder sweep break, return right back there, and we want to sell DXY. On the daily time frame, however, we can see that price retraced into this high at 99.527. Two things may happen. We may see price break above the high or even trade lower to break below this low at 95.902. Heading straight to the 4-hour time frame, however, I can even see that the most recent price action seems to be bullish, right? So we probably should see price retracing right back into 97.310. Why? There's a classic box pattern right there on the higher time frame, the 4-hour time frame, of course. So we should see price eventually into next week right? From today into next week, we should see price retracing right back into this left shoulder right here, 97.310. And once price gets there, I want to buy US dollar. Right, so we actually had a sell bias on Monday, but looking at what price did during the week, we're seeing that USD actually strengthened, right? Which is an anomaly because of the geopolitical tension between US, Iran, and Israel. I was expecting a tank in the dollar, but instead we're even seeing it rise so much. So, in alignment with what we've seen the US dollar do during the week, I'm seeing that price should retrace right back into here, and then I'm willing, more than willing, to buy the dollar off that level. So, you may be looking out for price points to catch the small sell retracement. Let's head straight to the 15 minutes time frame to see if we can spot any entry for the short-term sale. There's something right here I'm looking at. Shoulder at 99.356, sweep and then break. Price just tapped into this level and we're seeing the push to the downside. Relate on this. We may keep looking out for some entries to catch the short-term sell into this left shoulder at 97.310. Coming down to Euro USD on the weekly time frame, we had a buy bias during the Monday outlook. So let's see what price did during the week. So I'm looking at this price point, 1.06763, shoulder sweep break, price should retrace right back into this level and buy off that point. On the daily time frame, however, we saw price trade into this low. Right, failed to break the low, just traded into it, and we're seeing price stalling off that point. Two things should happen. We should see price gaining strength all the way to the upside, or break below and keep selling all the way. Whatever happens, let's just stick to the analysis that we're looking at today. On the daily time, on the 4-hour time frame, however, we're seeing that price is even breaking lower. The most recent price action seems to be bearish into next week. I'm speculating that price should break the low right here at 1.14928, and establishing that fact that we're even looking out for further sales on Euro USD. We will be looking at entry point for the sell of Euro USD into the rest of the week and even into next week. Right, coming down to the 15-minute time frame, however, according to the classic box pattern, there's nothing here for us yet. Coming down to the 5 minutes time frame also, price seems to be stalling and there's nothing obvious for us yet as pertaining the sell entry for Euro USD. However, if that entry, if an entry comes into play, be rest assured that we're going to call it in the market color support group. Coming down to GBP USD being the last pair that I'll be analyzing today. We've been looking at this price point for a period of time now, 1.24683, that price should eventually trade into before buying. Coming down to the daily time frame, you've seen that in a way, this low, we're supposed to see the body of this candle closing below this low to establish that a break of structure has happened. So seeing that this has happened and price is just sitting at this low, we may see further break, an obvious break of structure on GBP USD on the daily time frame. Coming down to the 4-hour time frame, however, on the 4-hour time frame, we're even seeing more sells to the downside on GBP USD, and I can spot that we probably should see price retrace right back into 1.35263. Why, you may ask? Because of the classic box pattern. Shoulder sweep break. Once price retraces right back into this level, I want to keep slamming GBP USD to the downside. I want to short GBP USD into next week to the downside. And please take note of these price points that I'm calling out on the 1-hour time frame. pretty much the same thing. I want to sell GU once price retraces into 1.35276. Please take note of this price point so that into next week we will be taking opportunities of the sell on GU and Euro USD. With that being said, I've come to the end of my own session. Lekon, what are you seeing in the synthetics market?
Thank you very much, Cynthia. That was a very insightful analysis. And good morning, everyone. Welcome back once again to the Market Call Up brought to you by the Value Flow Trading Team. All right, this morning we are going to be looking quick into what exactly is going on in the synthetic market. All right, so let's quickly get up and see what is going on, and also to know where exactly we are based on our analysis last week, on Monday rather, and what exactly can we take advantage of in the market starting today. All right, looking at what we have starting with this 75 1S, on Friday, we are expecting price to trade into this hour 4-hour POI, if you remember, which is the sweep of this liquidity. We've seen a sweep of liquidity, and we've seen a clear break of market structure somewhere around this low here. As we all can see, we already have a clear break around this low here of market structure. And after the break, we are expecting that price, all things being equal, price should push back more of a retracement and take out liquidity here and start selling. But on Saturday, we thought this happening. And on Monday, we are expecting the last leg, which price to come and react to this order block. And that is what we are playing out right from early late yesterday. All right. So that has been what has been going on since yesterday, moving forward with 75 1F. Now, for those who have not been able to join, because this is going to be a long-term sale, because we are expecting price to still come all the way to come and target this low here that we have below here. So this is the level we are still expecting price to trade into, right? We are still expecting price to trade to go and take out liquidity below this point around here. All right, so that is that for the 75 1S. And for those who still want to join itself, you can go to your lower time frame. Let's see what we have on 1 hour first, then we can now consider what is going on 15 minutes. Now, for 1 hour time frame, what I'm seeing on 1 hour is still that price has not really given a break of market structure in terms of this last swing until price take out this low, and that is going to be the TP of this current trade. For those who want to do 1:2, 1:2 is somewhere around this low, because I'm most concerned about something going on here right now at this particular 1 hour order block. Although all things being equal, we expect everything to be taken out, but we may see price react at this 1 hour order block here. However, on the 15-minute time frame, if for any reason price pull back all the way up, then we may consider shorting at the same entry point, which is this order block here with this reference of the fair value gap. All right, so that is that for the 75 1S. A quick one to the 75 index itself, which has been our long-term trading pair. So if you look at it on the 4-hour time frame, on Monday we're expecting that price should break this low to the downside. If you remember, our analysis was if price break this low to the downside, then we are going to go for pullback. But instead, we saw price, trade further, pull back up, and then now gain momentum sometimes yesterday to break this strong support here. Now that we've seen the support being taken out, we are expecting that price should retrace a little bit more into this zone. This is a sell zone for me, and looking very well if you can trace this well. We have our shoulder just at this point. So we have about 3 to 4 confluence around that level. So it is the confluence point for us to trade from. So we have the shoulder, we have the liquidity point, and we even have the 4-hour order block here. So two things. We don't want a situation where we won't be tagged along when price gets to the entry point. Instead, what we should do is let's wait when price gets to the order block level and it gives our entry signature. On 15 minutes, you may pull the trigger and follow through. But at the same time, if you pull the trigger at this point and price keep pushing to the upside, don't be scared because there's still probability that price will come and take out this liquidity that we are seeing here. So what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is, yes, this is the first entry, and we have another entry after price, take out this liquidity point at the top here. So that is going to be another entry for the trade for those who want to take that, right? So this is going to be it for the 75 index. All right, we have something like this to show up there, meaning we're expecting price to come all the way after taking out this liquidity. Then this is going to be our SL, and we are going to follow through all the way down. Now you can target to 1:3 or 1:, anything you feel like doing, as far as it's part of your risk management strategy. But this should be the first entry, while this is more of the second entry, all things being equal. Remember, we're in a probability game, which is trading itself. All right, so that is that for B75 index. And lastly, let's quickly take a look at this 50. What is going on this 50? Now for this 50, you are going to agree with me. Let's start from the 24-hour time frame. Just as the way we said sometimes last week, that we are still very much in a downtrend, how that price keep creating lower low, as you can see, it keep creating lower low. But at this point, if you look at it from the 4-hour time frame, we've seen a scenario where price took out all this load here, and we've not seen a clear market confirmation. We only see the price kept pushing to the down upside. And right now, price has come once again to test this low, but this the lower low here was not taken out, just the way you can see on the chart. So we are still expecting that all things being equal, price can still push a little bit more to the upside to take out liquidity on the buy side. And as a matter of fact, looking at the entry we have around this zone here, this is a very strong entry here. As you can see, liquidity has been swept, and we've seen a clear market structure shift somewhere around this zone. So what we are looking out for right now is the fact that price can still come a little bit more to come and take out this high, and then we can now begin to see the sell. As a matter of fact, I'm looking forward to see price trading into this zone here, and we can begin to see the sell trade being engineered from this zone. In a nutshell, what we are expecting for this 50 is price trading from this point with our stop loss somewhere at the top here, and you are targeting your 1:2 or 1:3 to be specific, price coming to take out this lower low. All right, so that is that for this 50 index and synthetic generally. And as you all know that the synthetic market opens 247 even weekend. It's just that the currency market closed today midnight. All right, so you can still take that for the trade for weekend as everything shows up for you. Right about now, we'll be going into the indices to see what is going on in the indices market, and at the same time when we have any trade call there and to take it. Good morning, Demola.
Good morning, Lincoln. Thank you so much for the analysis. Thank you, thank you. Once again, guys, on the indices market, that's been really quiet this week. Nothing really spectacular has happened. So far, so good. However, we'll just try our best to check the market. Today is Friday, and the week has been really chaotic. I mean, if you've been following the news, it's blame game happening, right? One nation accusing the other. That's been really chaotic between Iran, US, and Israel. But then starting with US 30, what do we have? We can see that price is beginning to sell off a bit. We have like a shift. Well, I say shift of structure, yeah, something around a shift here on the weekly time frame, and then price is looking for the closest area to reject from. We saw a rejection yesterday, but then it's still showed off massively. I still expect like a retest. If this war issue keep on, continues into next week or 2 weeks from now, I expect a sell-off. I hope it doesn't, but then if it does, then we should still see sell-offs across board. For now, what we have is price on the higher time frame showing a clear bearish signal. On the weekly time frame, we've seen a shift of structure to the downside, a shift, all right, or a change of character, anyone you understand. And we have that also on the lower time frame. It's beginning to happen, right? Before we are in a range, but now it's very clear. We are no longer in a range. Price is saying that I am now looking for sales opportunity, right? What we have now, price action has shifted or is shifting. If you'd ask me. And also on the 1 hour time frame, what do we have now? We see price action giving us more sell formation, right? More sell bearish market structure. So it makes sense for us to be looking out to be bearish in this market in terms of position to sell. All right, and the same thing on NAS 100 weekly is quite chaotic. The weekly time frame, you can see the price action here, no clear-cut direction as to what we should expect. And so the market is in a range, and if the market is in a range, the best thing to do is either you stay out, wait it out, or if you're good at scalping, you want to go on lower time frame, then you want to catch trades from both sides, edging both buy and sell movement, right? Both the bullish movement and the bearish movement. On the weekly time frame, this is what we have. On the daily time frame, you can see also that it's kind of a ranging market, right? No clear cut. Are we bullish? Are we bearish? There's no sign, but just candles that are printing sideways. So it makes sense to us to stay and wait out this market. Although for me, I have like a setup for a buy here, which if you'd see, my take profit is within the internal structure, internal liquidity. Yeah, right. Meaning if I expect the price will come into this zone and then I'll buy into this zone, and then my take profit, of course, would be this internal structure, not even this one, because anything can happen. Price can get here and then start selling. So we don't want to be caught off guard. Then we just don't want to trade blindly. This is an objective target that we have here. This markup has been shared to the market color group. Ensure you find yourself in that group if you're not in already. All right, so that's what we have on NAS 100. Also, I'll be anticipating the move into next week. This week was quite silent because of the entire issue and ongoing war with Iran and US, right? There's no really a clear stability. So for that reason, I didn't even get any opportunity to trade, right? I just only saw this about was yesterday, yeah, and so it has been shared already. So if you're looking forward to taking trades on indices, you have one already. All right, on S&P 500, do a very quick one on this, almost the same price action with NAS 100. You can see the price action and the weekly time frame. It's a range, right? You're currently in this range here, this big wide range. Okay, right? So we want to see that break to the upside or downside. That will give us more confidence to buy or sell in this market. In the 4 hour time frame, market is in the range. That's just the truth of the matter, right? And then on the 1 hour time frame, also this is what it looks like. On NAS and the entire equity, I don't like to go lower on the lower time frame if I'm not looking for entry or finding my entry, right? I like to do my analysis on higher time frame because it gives you more clarity, filters all the noise, and then helps you to see the market for what it truly is, right? So you might want to scale down to say 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and then you can scrabble some trade out, but that is not our trading style. We want to use the higher time frame to guide what we do on the lower time frame. And since the higher time frame now is trimming weight, right? It's in a range, so that's why we are not actively going to the lower time frame to, scalp and do all of that. If it's your style, yeah, you can do it. But over here, we like to align with the higher time frame and then the direction of the market so that we can be sure and can bank heavily on those kind of setup. All right, that being said, this is what we have on S&P 500. I'll just be waiting patiently for S&P 500 into next week. Right, what we have now is currently nothing really significant. Nothing really significant. I will be waiting patiently into next week, and with that, by next week we get more confirmation. Can use that to take more trades in the market. All right, very quickly, Abigail will be coming on board to share our analysis on commodity. Abigail, what are we seeing today? Over to you.
Hi, Demola. Very good morning, everybody. So this is going to be a recap of what we looked at on Monday as regards the commodity currencies. We want to see how they played out and what we're looking forward to next, moving into next week. Starting off with USD CAD. So we marked out certain level points, going to the M5 so we can see zones that we had marked out as our Monday's analysis. And we said we were looking at USD CAD giving us a tempo buy, which occurred here. Price failed to tap into our first point of interest. Eventually came back to test the second one, as you can see right here, and it gave us about 80 plus pips on that particular level before we started to see price go all the way down here. Now, what do I think is going to happen on USD CAD moving forward? Looking at the huge for time frame first. So price has now bought, looking like a retracement that occurred into the lower and is continuing to sell. One of two things is my interest, of course. I'd want to see USD CAD pick a clearer direction because as you can see on the H1, it's currently in a range. So moving into Monday, by the USD CAD giving us a very, very clear structure, very clear increase movement that would help us know and easily identify what is going to be next. If price is able to break through this point to the upside, then we're going to be seeing more buy opportunities where we are getting the H4 time frame, which is right here. You can see the price point. Those of us who do not have the indicators, we call them our chart. This is the price point that price is getting able to break through the 1 hour PRI, and that is 1.38193. And if it fails to break through that zone, then we'll be seeing more sell of USD targeting down here, which is our next big support level on the H4 time frame, which is 1.35026. So we're going to be watching out to see where there is a clear break first, confirmations, and then we would act accordingly. And then to the next asset class, which is now the NZUSD. NZUSD gave us over 100 pips from our last analysis, looking at the 5-minute time frame as well. I stated saying, temporal sell-off that could either become a permanent consideration sell, or if we just sell, give us our daily bread and satisfied. Now you can see the points of interest that we marked out. Price did not fully tap into this point of interest, but it came back to break and retest this zone. We saw our confirmations, which helped us get about over 100 pips. I think 120 there about here. So they gave us 125 pips on NZUSD and then Nancy, right? So looking at H4, since what we saw on Monday has happened, it has played out. What do I think is going to be happening moving forward? So zooming in, sunshine has been printed. This buy is happening right now. Could this be a temporary retracement that will continue to sell? Because we're looking at the most recent structure movement on AU, all the way from here to down here. All we've been having is lower highs and lower lows being printed. So this could just be another lower low leg that was going to be printed. However, because no sunshine has been printed yet, NZUSD still has room to continue to buy and most likely buy properly into these POIs when the sunshine is printed. So moving forward, this could now be a point of interest that we cannot be watching out for on NU until the sunshine is printed. That sunshine indicator primarily indicates that profit taking has occurred. So until I see that, then NZUSD has more room to continue to buy before an eventual positive sell is going to resume on this asset class. And then finally, looking at AUD USD on the H4, let's start with the M5. So you can see the previous POIs that we marked out as of Monday. Now this bit over 130 EDUSD bit over 130 compared with our confirmation. 142 bit happy. See how price came almost happy to our first point of view. Still true, before it traded into our indicator, which is something would have definitely gone. But this is where I found my entry confirmation. When price came, broke through and gave us this return. And it did 142 from there. It came back, traded back into our 1 hour point of interest at 0.7087, 0.70797, and it gave another how many pips? 100 pips. Give another 100 pips for that point of interest. So looking at H1 now, since that has already happened again, what do I think is going to be happening on AED forward? Meaning, now AED remember this is the zone that we had marked out as the kind of risk come and start to and react, which is what price did. It's not a specific price point, it's the zone. Price data. Looking at the USD H4 time frame, price has now bought into this POI and it's doing this. Am I going to see more price that will give me a new sunshine in the opposite direction? Or is it going to dig deeper again to move this sunshine downward? I remember specifically saying that 80 USD has more room to continue to sell, yeah? So look at H1 now. What do I see on H1? Price has now traded into what could be a point of interest around this zone of interest. If this don't hold, then the 80 rates will continue to dig deeper into somewhere around here. And by then, if price continues to properly push into our point of interest, we then may see our sunshine printed on H4. So I think there's a bit more room for AU to do this, trade a bit higher, and then if that zone holds, provided it holds, we're going to see more tanking of AU. But come Monday, we are now going to come to the market with a fresh look, fresh buyers, and look at all of these asset classes to see the opportunities. I say, for example, like for somebody who is a supposedly new trader and you're looking to learn how to trade like I do, like CJ does, Demola or Cynthia or Lake One, all you have to do is to WhatsApp us 081 6099 5030, and we are going to guide you through and get you signed up for Forex Bootcamp course. That course is it covers about 3 different strategies I followed by consistent weekly follow-ups where we basically meet with you and just see your progress to ensure consistent cash flow. Okay, with that being said, thank you so much for joining today. I look forward to seeing each and every one of us come Monday 8:30 p.m. on the dot to African time. Please tell a friend, join the community and join the sessions that we have. Okay, CGIF everyone. Have an amazing weekend. Don't forget to activate. Bye.
Hello? 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 Good morning.